practice. Okay, so I hope everyone feels ready. So excited for today's class. As usually, we'll keep it quite simple and relaxing. Of course, as always, if you feel like a certain posture might not be for you today, or if you feel like doing a couple more rounds of certain breathing exercise or less rounds, then go ahead. This is your practice, and you feel free to customize it as much as you want to and need to. Yoga is supposed to serve you. It's not the other way around. You're not supposed to I don't know, meet this standard of yoga, because there is none. You can just listen to your body and see where your practice guides you. So yeah, let's just start in any comfortable seated posture of your choice. Can be cross-legged or kneeling, or even on a chair or a couch. You can also lean against a wall. It really doesn't matter. Just take an extra moment to really find a comfortable posture. Don't feel like you have to rush into some semi-perfect posture. Right, it might also feel good to elevate your hips a little bit if you're in a cross-legged posture. Just sit on a cushion, a yoga block. And once you feel like you've found your preferred posture, I invite you to just roll your shoulders back a couple of times. I like to breathe in as the shoulders go up and out as they roll back and down again. And next, bring your thumb and your index finger, like the tips of each finger, together like this. And then place your back of your hands on top of your knees, or in your lap, it doesn't matter. If it feels safe, I would suggest to just close the eyes and just focus all of your attention on your breath for a couple of moments. And with your next inhalation, bring your arms up and over your head in a big circle. Reach up, lengthen your spine a little bit more. And as you exhale, bring your hands in front of your heart space in Anjali Mudra. And if you'd like to set an intention for today's practice, feel free to do so now in your mind. Your intention can be as complicated or as simple as you want it to be. Examples for intentions I like to set are I choose to stay connected to my breath. I choose to stay as present as I can during the yoga class, or maybe it can also be related to a goal in your life in general. It really doesn't matter. Just see what comes to mind, and your first ideas are usually already the perfect intention. Take an extra deep breath in, inhaling your intention. And as you exhale, simply bow your head towards your fingertips and open your eyes again. Let go of your intention if you've set any. And we are actually going to stay in this seated posture for a little bit longer today. I'd like to do some breathing exercises and also a little bit like a tiny meditation as well. And afterwards, we're going to do some really relaxing poses. I'm sure you're going to enjoy it. So yeah, if you ever feel like switching your legs around or something like this, always go ahead. Like you don't need to endure any pain and then your legs fall asleep and like it's fine if this happens. It's really common actually, but yeah, don't feel like this is a photo shoot. Like you're welcome to move around. So yeah, let's just do a breathing meditation. Yeah, that's a really classic one. It's quite simple. You simply focus on your breath, just as the name suggests. If this feels good to you, you can also place one hand on your sternum and one hand on your lower belly, so that you can really like connect to your breath on a more physical level. Because sometimes, oh, someone's joining. Because sometimes you might just feel yeah, a little bit disconnected from your breath, like we all feel sometimes. And if any other thoughts enter your mind, just imagine them like floating away like a cloud or a soap bubble or something. Some people also like to imagine the thought as a picture, and then it can just shrink until you can't see it anymore. You can become a little bit creative with this if you want to. Another technique I've tried before is imagining a pause button on top of the thought, and then you just click it and tell the thought to come back to you after yoga class. Yeah, that's not really a right or wrong way to do this. Just try to stay committed to like staying like connected to your breath and the meditation and not getting distracted. So I'm just going to set a timer for 5 minutes. But if someone has never meditated before, this can be like a long time. I'm speaking from experience. But yeah, I encourage you to just give it a try, even if it might feel a little bit, yeah, I guess, I don't know, a little bit uncomfortable or anything like this. And if you need to take breaks, of course, go ahead and do so, and feel free to like join in again. But I think you can probably do 5 minutes. Let's see. So whenever you're ready, choose your adjust your seat, and you can meditate with closed or open eyes. I personally close my eyes, but just see what you feel like doing today. And if you feel like choosing a mudra, so a hand posture for your hands, that's also totally fine. Like this one's a really classic one, the one we did in the beginning. So if this is completely new to you, I would just use this one. And I'm going to stop talking now so that you can truly connect with your meditation. If your eyes are closed, keep them still closed and just take a moment to consciously tune into your body and just without judgment, notice any areas of your body that you might be holding a little bit of tension in. For a lot of people, this can be a clenched jaw or maybe like shoulder tension or even the lower back. Like everyone's different, just notice. And of course, if you can't notice any discomfort, that's excellent. And if you have any tension in your body, imagine with your next breath that with the breath you are sending a peaceful healing light into this particular area or areas of your body. And with your next inhalation, perhaps even move your fingers or complete hands to that area and give yourself a little bit of a massage. It can be really light. For example, in my case, my face feels a little bit tense today, so I'm just really gently trying to comb out any unnecessary tension. And you can keep your eyes closed for this. And let's just take a couple of moments to connect with the body in this way. And if today you don't feel particularly connected to your body, that's also fine. Like one area that nearly always works for people is just massaging the shoulders a little bit like this. Just place your opposite hand on your opposite shoulder. And after a couple of moments, also switch sides. So do the other shoulder as well, or any other area of your body. And if you feel like adding in a mini foot massage as well, you can also comb out any tension in the like inner arch of your foot. So this part, you can just press your thumbs into the side of the sole of the foot. And sometimes big emotions might come up while doing this. Yeah, if this happens during yoga, just don't intellectualize it. It's normal. So just allow your body to release whatever needs to be released. If you're massaging your foot, switch feet. And then just take a moment to do any other areas, such as your jaw, or really any like sometimes you might like discover new weird sensations in your body. So feel free to unclench whatever needs to be unclenched. And whenever you're ready, Let's do windshield wiper knees, which is an unnecessary complicated name for a really simple posture. So you simply plant your heels in front of you like this. You keep your knees bent. You sit back on your hands, and then you just drop your knees from side to side like this. This is really good for the hips. And yeah, just do it in your own rhythm. You can go as slow or fast as you want to go. And if you'd like to take it a step further, I think I've taught this many times before, maybe some of you remembered. It's like a hip massage. So you simply bend one knee and grab the foot with the opposite hand. So I'm holding my left foot with my right hand, and then you just come into your, like in this case, it's the left arm, and roll over the left hip joint. Look something like this. And depending on how stressed you feel, this can feel really nice or also a little bit uncomfortable. And switch sides, so do the other side as well. Don't worry, we are going to do a couple more hip exercise. Oh, Daryl, hello, Daryl. It's no problem. Just like someone joined late. So we're just doing like a little bit of a hip massage, which you're more than welcome to just join in. And can either keep on doing the hip massage, or this one's a little bit tricky, so just be careful to not injure yourself. You can do like a hip baby. Yeah, unfortunately, it doesn't have a real name. I think it's actually called hip baby. So you just place one foot kind of in your opposite elbow crease, if it's possible, like this. And then you just grab your chin as if it was like a baby, and then you just like sway from side to side like this, just warming up the, like giving the hip joint some love here. But you can also do less extreme variations, like it's also okay to just do it like this, like to just listen to your body and see what way feels best today. And from here, you have to be careful because for some, like depending on your anatomy and flexibility and stuff, this can feel a little bit not so good for many people. But if you're able to do a half lotus pose, which just means that you put your foot on top of the opposite leg, looks like, let me show you, looks like this. So if that's possible without causing any pain in your knees or hips or any other area of your body, I invite you to just sit in this half lotus posture for a moment. And if it's not possible, just yeah, do any variation of hip baby. And if you feel like, well, this doesn't do anything for me, I encourage you to just fold forward. So as always, when folding forward, inhale to lengthen your spine. And as you exhale, you just hinge from your hips and fold forward. Like I like to come onto my forearms here. Some people also like go all the way down. Just listen to your body, and yeah, you can also find some micro movements or stay still. It really depends on like what you feel like doing today. And oh, Okay, someone's doing a butterfly posture. That's also an excellent posture for anyone who doesn't feel like doing half lotus. So for butterflies, you have to bring your hands, your feet into sort of a prayer position, but with your feet, and then you just let your knees drop to the sides as much as you can. So this one's also a nice stretch. We're going to do it in a second anyway. So um, yeah, let's like if like the previous stretches are possible, or like yeah. Um, I'm sorry, like my brain, it's a little bit slow. If they feel good for you today, then just do them on the other side. So grab your other foot for like a hip baby. Maybe one side feels a little bit different than the other side. If that's the case, don't worry, it's totally normal. And as always, see if you can stay connected to your breath and just avoid thinking any distracting thoughts, even though it might be a little bit hard sometimes, but just try it and come back to your intention whenever you get a little bit lost in life and in the yoga practice. So if half lotus feels good, then just put your foot on top of the opposite, like I like in my case it's this round, my right foot is on top of my left thigh, and just take a moment to assess if everything feels okay. Like sometimes like I needed a couple of years to be able to do this comfortably, so yeah, I'm really like a little bit cautious but yeah, then slowly but surely, if you feel like folding forward, go ahead and come into your forearms or even all the way down if your anatomy and flexibility allow for it. And I'm not gonna lie, hip stretches, they don't feel that pleasant, at least to most people. But like afterwards, you will feel amazing. Like they are just like really, it's really relaxing to just stretch these muscles because they hold a lot of like tension and suppressed emotions and all of these like yeah, not so comfortable things. So just stay here for one more deep breath, and whenever you're ready, come back up if you were leaning forward. Let's actually take a moment in butterfly. So simply bring your feet together. You might want to, like some people like to have their feet really, really close to them. I personally like to have a little bit of space. So I just like push my feet away from me a little bit. And then you can just fold forward a little bit. Or what I love to do is just to grab the ankles and then just press the elbows down a little bit like this. And this way you can just deepen the stretch. And you can do some like pulsing motions like this. Or what's also really effective is to just press down the knees and press your legs up against your arms that are pressing everything down. And then you just do this for a couple of seconds. And afterwards, you just relax your legs, and then they will like release into the posture more easily. So yeah, feel free to try it, even though this can be a little bit challenging for the body. So yeah, if you have any hip problems or anything like this, just don't do it today, perhaps. So yeah. Let's just take one more deep breath in here. And as you exhale, we are going to make our way into Malasana, Yogi Squat. If this is your first time ever doing Malasana, consider like sitting on top of a yoga block or something. So Malasana looks like this. You essentially just bring your feet a little bit wider than hip distance apart. Your toes are pointing out about 45 degrees. And then like if it's possible, you can just bring your hands together in prayer. And for some people, it's a little bit easier to sit on top of a yoga block because they can just like you need a little bit of flexibility to hold this comfortably. So oh, this looks really good from what I can see from some of you. And if this feels really easy, you can also grab a yoga block and put it in between your hands. And oh, this is so relaxing. Then you can just open up everything even more. And yeah, if you feel like challenging yourself a little bit more, you can also sway from side to side or stay really still. Just do whatever.
Your feet supposed to be flat on the floor for this because I can't put my feet on the floor.
Oh, what do you mean? So let me show you. So the feet are like this. I don't think you can. Yeah, so you're just like planted on the ground. But you can also be on your tiptoes if that's easier.
But I can't flatten my feet because then I just fall over backwards.
Yeah, exactly. And that's right. You can just sit down on a yoga block like this.
Okay.
And you will not fall back. Like that's a very, very, very common problem for a lot of people, especially when starting out. So that's why you can just grab a book or a block or whatever. And over time, it gets easier. Like it's a little bit hard to find balance initially in this posture, but it gets really easy with a lot of practice. And oh, I could stay here all day, guys. I love it. So feel free to stay here even longer, or if you need a little bit of a break, you can also join me for a nice spinal twist. So for the twist, if you're not sitting down, sit down again. So I'm going to show you two options. The first one is the a little bit easier one, I would say. It's because like the original one, it's this one, which can be a little bit tough for the knees and everything. So the like beginner, like it's not like it's yeah. So the one that's easiest for most people's anatomy is just to extend one leg out, then bend the opposite leg, place the knee like across, like over the other leg, and then you just like in my case, my left leg is extended and my right leg is bent. Then I just take a deep breath in, lengthen the spine. And as you exhale, just hug in your knee and twist towards the right. You can also like interlock your elbow in front of your knee like this. And if you're capable to taking it one step further, you can bend the knee that's like at the bottom as well. But make sure that you're still sitting down with both of your sit bones. So that's really important because sometimes one hip might lift and we still want both hips to be grounded equally. So wherever you are, just find your version of a nice little twist. If all this doesn't resonate with you, you can always just sit in a cross-legged posture and just bring one hand to the opposite knee as well, and just twist like this. And yeah, let's just stay here for a couple more breaths. Take one more extra deep breath in. And as you exhale, vertebrae by vertebrae, untwist. Come back to center. And take a moment to just windshield wiper your knees from side to side like we did before. And whenever you're ready to repeat everything on the other side, come back into your like neutral posture. Perhaps start with the easier variation. So like in my case, I'm going to extend my right leg this time. Place the left foot next to the outside of the right thigh, and then can just start twisting, inhaling for length, so lengthening your spine as you inhale and twisting a little bit deeper as you exhale. And if this feels comfortable, feel free to bend both knees. And once again, let's just hold the twist for a couple of breaths. Take one more extra deep breath in. And as you exhale, vertebrae by vertebrae, untwist, come back to center, windshield wiper your knees from side to side one more time. And from here, we are just going to take one more moment in Malasana, Yogi Squat. So once again, feel free to sit back and just take a moment to notice if you can sense any difference compared to when you first tried Malasana today. Sometimes, like even just these small little stretches can already have an impact on how easy and comfortable the pose feels. And if you don't feel any change, that's also totally fine. Don't worry about it. Take an extra deep breath in. And from here, we are going to make our way into straddle forward fold, which is a really wide-legged forward fold. So just start by heel toeing. So heel toeing looks like this with your feet. Just send your heels out and your toes and your heels just in a zigzag motion, a couple of inches. So it's like, yeah, just like a really big step. And then, if possible, just plant your hands on the ground. You can also use blocks to bring the earth a little bit closer to you. And just take a moment to notice this hamstring stretch. And you can either stay here, and if it feels good, you can also lean, like drop your weight down like this, just releasing everything into the earth. Can feel quite calming. Just make sure to don't rush anything, like just go like really slow. And hope you can hear me. And yeah, let's just hold this for a couple of moments. If you feel like it, you can also reach your hands to your ankles, like a lot of people like to do this. Or even, like that's also a really fun variation, can interlace your fingers behind your back and give your shoulders a little bit of a stretch as well. this looks really good on everybody. Once again, just do whatever your body tells you to do today. And if you're still in straddle, like wide-legged forward fold, feel free to now slowly but surely bring your feet closer to one another. I would say do a little bit wider than hip distance for a regular standing forward fold. What I love to do here is just to interlace, not interlace, to just like rest the hands and the opposite elbow creases like this. And then you can just sway from side to side. This feels good. And perhaps even stretch and bend one knee at a time. Just giving your hamstrings some attention here. If you have a white t-shirt or something on, it can also be really nice to sort of breathe into that like shirt. So feel free to breathe a little bit deeper for that experience. Oh, amazing. It looks like everyone's doing really well. This posture is one of the most beneficial yoga postures because it stretches out your hamstrings really well. And that's why I think we could, like, if it's not too much for your bodies, but I think you can also do it like like a seated forward fold, which is the traditional variation. So in whatever way feels most comfortable for you. If you want to be a little bit extra, you can come back down into another malasana. So another yoga squat, and then you can just sit back and extend your legs to the front. Oh man, I wish I had like a better camera setup. And so for seated forward fold, you will simply extend both of your legs and then you can just lean forward. However, oftentimes I see people doing something like this. They really want to reach their toes, which is, I mean, it's an awesome goal to have, but it's not really the essence of this posture. You shouldn't be thinking, oh, I want to reach my toes. It's more about, I want to bring my belly towards my thighs. So you really want to be hinging from your hips. And to do so, what's really useful is to just bend the knees a little bit. And you can even, like in standing forward fold, sometimes we will tell people to put like a sock or something like in this area to make sure that you really have contact here. So just be mindful of this like contact point, and then you can just either obviously grab your toes, or your hands can also just rest by your sides. Or, and this is what I'm going to do today, you can grab a bunch of pillows and do a yin variation of forward fold. So yin yoga, it's like the most relaxing kind of yoga in my opinion, where you just like do like more passive stretches, like it's for your joints and fascia mainly. So to protect your knees, just place something underneath your knees, and then if you feel like it, you can just have like another cushion for extra comfort, and then you can just round your back a little bit, which isn't ideal in like more traditional, like active yoga styles like hatha yoga and stuff. But for this variation, I personally really like it a lot. Just listen to your body, see what you feel like would be most beneficial for you today, and let's just hold this for a little bit. So choose something that you can actually hold for yeah, a couple of minutes perhaps. Really nice. Just one more deep breath in. And as you exhale, vertebrae by vertebrae, come back up. And next, we're going to do a little bit of another inversion. I'd like to do shoulder stand, which is quite a beneficial asana, so yoga pose. However, for some people, like if you have like any severe neck problems or anything like this might not be the pose for you at this moment in time. So if you're a little bit hesitant, I have another pose which you can do, which is honestly, it's one of my favorite poses ever, and it's really easy. It's called legs up the wall, and you literally need a wall. Then you can just like sit close to the wall. This. Let me see if I can show it to you. And then like you just roll over the sides and bring both of your legs up like this. And that's literally it. So you just have your legs extended up. You can bring one hand to your heart space, one hand to your belly, and just allow this, yeah, to just allow your body to rest here. You can take breaks by simply like bending and your knees and then stretching them. Stretching your legs again. So this is the like I guess you could even say it's the yin variation of shoulder stand, maybe. I'm not sure if that's correct, but it might be correct. Don't quote me on that. But if you want to try shoulder stand, then I'm going to explain it first. If you try it, please don't move your head in shoulder stand. So just like if you're unsure how to do it, just like focus on the video and afterwards you can do it, but don't do it like while trying to figuring it out and moving your head. Like this just can cause injury, and we don't want that, of course. So a really nice pose to do before shoulder stand is bridge pose, which is this one, where you really want to press your hands into the ground to protect your neck. Also try to bring your shoulders together as much as possible. So it's like this action, and this will all protect your neck. So that's like the alignment for your upper body. And then for shoulder stand, so there are different ways to get into shoulder stand. What I personally like to do is just to kick the feet back like this. Then you bring your shoulders together, like as much as possible. You bring your hands to your back for support. And then you just kick both your legs up like this. And just stay here for a couple of moments. It's a little bit hard to talk in shoulder stand. I hope you can understand me. And yeah, as I said, make sure to really press your elbows and your shoulders down. You don't want a lot of tension on your neck. And if this gets boring, you can also bring one leg parallel to the ground and back up again and repeat with the other leg. And yeah, just feel free to stay there for little bit longer. I'm going to come out just because I can't really talk and shoulder stand. It's a little bit hard. But wherever you are, whatever you're doing, like even if you're doing legs up the wall, just yeah, feel free to stay there for as long as possible, because inversions are everything where your heart is positioned above your head. It's really awesome for your immune system, and it refreshes your blood, gives you new oxygen. So yeah, perhaps think about these benefits while doing it. It can also be quite a great asana to combat certain fears, because it can feel a little bit scary if you've never done it before. And yeah, I feel like, let's see, I can't see everybody, unfortunately. But I think there's, like, for me personally, like I would probably already be a bit down again. So I'm just going to, yeah, cue the end of shoulder stand. So just vertebrae by vertebrae, come back down. Use your arms as a brick to come back down safely. And then do whichever movements you feel like doing naturally. For a lot of people, what I often see is this one, where you just hug your knees in, perhaps give your back a little bit of a massage. And yeah, let's just do this one, because we only have one more pose for today, which is Shavasana, the final relaxation. So do whatever movements you still need before Shavasana. This might be a full body stretch or a twist or anything like this. And if before Shavasana you'd like to take a breathing exercise, I'm going to explain it really quickly. So I personally recommend doing humming bee breath, which we've done before. It's quite simple. You simply place your thumbs on top of the flaps of your ears to block out any outside noise. Your peace finger, so your index and middle finger, can stay on top of your closed eyelids. Your ring fingers lean against your nose, but you still want to be able to breathe through your nose. Like, you don't like close your nose or anything like this. And your pinkies stay above your upper lip. And you can do all this sitting down like this, or what I often do is just doing it lying down, which is a little bit more atypical, I would say. I don't know, like I haven't seen it done before, but it's awesome. I highly recommend it. Like if you feel like doing it like right before Shavasana, you can also do this. And yeah, let's do 5 rounds of humming bee breath, either like seated up or already lying down, like you decide. So whenever you're ready, just put each and every finger into place, and then let's just do 5 humming bee breaths. Oh, I didn't explain the breath, I just realized. So you just take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, you do a humming sound, like a sound, and it will give your brain sort of a massage. You're going to see, yeah, you're going to feel it in a second when you try it. Mm. Mm. And whenever you've done your 5 rounds of humming bee breaths, I invite you to just lie down for Shavasana. We are not going to be here for long, so really try to let go of any thoughts that enter your mind in Shavasana. If you feel like using a mantra in your mind, I recommend just in your mind saying let as you inhale and go as you exhale. So you keep repeating let go while possibly imagining your body sinking deeper into the yoga mat. And yeah, let's do 3 minutes of Shavasana. Yeah, just try to stay connected to this like meditative state as much as you can. Keep your eyes still closed and gently wiggle your fingers and your toes. And whenever you're ready, roll onto your favorite side. Hug your knees in, give yourself a hug here. And if you set an intention in the beginning, bring it back to your consciousness for a moment. You're more than welcome to stay here for the remainder of the practice. But if you feel like sitting back up, ideally with your eyes still closed, just make your way into any comfortable seated posture of your choice. Bring your hands into Anjali Mudra in front of your sternum bone. Take a deep breath in. And bring your hands to your forehead for kind thoughts, to your mouth for kind words, and back to your heart space for kind actions and emotions. One more deep breath in. And exhale, gently bow your head towards your fingertips and open your eyes again. Namaste. So